A roulette ball drops onto red 8 times consecutively. Every other player at the table had just lost their entire bankroll trying to chase black, yet one savvy individual left with a cool to $2,400, starting from just a 3 initial wager. This player understood a critical secret that the casino actively hopes you never acquire. Ex-casino employees are now stepping forward to reveal it. There is a specific three-betting pattern that proves so remarkably effective that pit bosses constantly monitor players using it. Crucially, this system is neither cheating nor illegal. However, its success rate is such that casinos have quietly altered their table limits specifically to discourage players from employing it. In this detailed presentation, you will discover the exact system that consistently turned a 3 initial wager into reliable profits. We'll explore why this method performs significantly better than the famous Martingale strategy, and we'll reveal the 3 critical mistakes that cause most players to fail, even when they attempt to use a structured approach. Whether you are a regular roulette player or simply planning your first casino visit, this information could fundamentally transform your approach to the game. So, here is my immediate question for you. Have you ever attempted to use a systematic betting approach at the roulette wheel? Maybe Martingale, Fibonacci, or D'Alembert? Share your experience in the comments section below. I want to see which systems you've tested and if they delivered results for you. Now, let's delve into the mechanics of this $3 hack and understand why casinos genuinely fear the players who master it. The $3 starting point. Why this number changes everything. Before we break down the system itself, it is essential to grasp why 3 is considered the pivotal or magic number. Casino floor managers often confirm that typical table minimums range from $5, $10 to $15, $9. But their internal data revealed something critical. Players who initiate their play with smaller bets and strategically build their coverage last considerably longer and achieve winning sessions more frequently than those who immediately jump in with large sums of money. The 3-bet is specifically calculated to function perfectly, even at tables with a 5 minimum, because you are combining multiple bets. You aren't placing 3 on a single spot. Instead, you are spreading that 3 across the table in a precise configuration that maximizes number coverage while minimizing inherent risk. Consider the typical behavior. Most novice players approach a roulette table and immediately drop $25 on red or black. That's one spin, and if they lose, they are instantly down $25. Conversely, with the $3 system, you are strategically constructing a safety net that covers 24 out of the 37 numbers found on a European wheel. That translates to an impressive 64% chance of hitting a winning number on every single spin. Here is your challenge. The next time you visit a Roulette casino, before placing any money, take a moment to count exactly how many numbers your usual betting pattern actually covers. Most casual bettors cover 18 numbers at most when they stick to red or black. Now, imagine covering 24 numbers for an investment of only $3. Can you immediately recognize how profoundly that alters the dynamics of the entire game? Try it out and tell me in the comments if you experience better results. The system revealed how to place your $3 bet. All right, here is the exact methodology of how this strategy works. Former casino dealers who have observed this pattern confirm it is one of the smartest, lowest budget approaches they have ever witnessed. You absolutely must play on a European roulette table, not American. The inclusion of the extra 00 on American wheels severely damages your odds. European roulette contains 37 total numbers. Your objective is to cover 27 of those numbers using just $3. Here is the precise placement breakdown. You place a $1 chip on the first dozen, numbers 1 through 12. Then you place a $1 chip on the second dozen, numbers 13 through 24. Finally, you place a $1 chip on a specific street bet located inside the third dozen. The highly recommended street is 31, 32, 33. Place your $1 chip on the line at the end of that row. Let's calculate the total coverage. The first dozen provides 12 numbers. The second dozen provides another 12 numbers. The street bet gives you 3 additional numbers. In total, you are covered on 27 numbers out of 37. That equates to a 73% probability of hitting something on every single spin. Now, this is where the genius of the system emerges. If the ball lands in the first or second dozen, you win 2 on that specific bet. You lose the other $2 you placed, resulting in a net break-even with 0 loss. This isn't thrilling, but it successfully keeps you in the game indefinitely without cost. If, however, the ball lands on your street bet, 31, 32, or 33, you win $11 on that bet. You lose the 2 from the dozen bets, but your resulting net profit is $9 from just a $3 investment. That represents an outstanding 3x return in one single spin. But here is the element that makes this system truly powerful. You are not gambling wildly. You are meticulously managing risk. 10 straight unfavorable spins would only cost you $30 in total. Contrast that with the player betting $25 on red, who is down $250 after 10 losses. The underlying mathematical structure completely changes the game. Quick quiz for you. If you played the system for 100 spins at 3 per spin, and you managed to hit the street bet just 5 times out of those 100 spins, how much would your session profit be? I will give you the complete answer later in the video. Type your guess in the comments now. Why this works better than Martingale. Let's discuss why this approach entirely demolishes the famous Martingale system. Former casino pit bosses unanimously confirm that Martingale is the number one system responsible for bankrupting players. Here is the reason. Martingale instructs you to double your bet size every time you suffer a loss. Start with 5 lose, bet 10 lose, bet 20 lose, bet 40 dos, and so on. The inherent flaw is immediately obvious. After only 7 consecutive losing spins, you would be forced to bet $640 just to try and recoup your previous losses and win back your initial $5. That totals $25 in accumulated bets just to secure a miserable 5 profit. Most casino tables enforce a maximum limit of $500 or $1,000, meaning after 6 or 7 losses, you physically cannot double your bet anymore. You are finished, broke, game over. Industry analysis demonstrates that a streak of 7 consecutive losses on a 50-50 bet like red or black occurs approximately once every 150 spins. Does that sound rare? Absolutely not. If you are playing for 2 hours at a typical rate of 40 spins per hour, that totals 80 spins. You are highly likely to encounter a devastating losing streak before you even complete your intended session. Now, compare that terrifying scenario to the 3 system. You are wagering the exact same 3 amount on every single spin. There is no doubling required and thus no exponential risk. Your maximum possible loss per hour playing 40 spins is 120, and that assumes you lose every single spin, which is statistically nearly impossible when you are covering 27 numbers. But even in that worst-case scenario, you are down with $20, not $1,275. Here is the element that truly matters. The $3 system does not rely on winning streaks. It relies on occasionally hitting your high payout street bet while maintaining break even results on everything else. Statistical probability suggests that your street bet will hit about once every 12 spins on average. This means that approximately every 12 spins, you secure a $9 profit. Over 100 spins, that translates to roughly 8 hits for $72 in profit, minus the cost of the other 92 spins, where you either broke even or incurred small losses. Former casino management confirms they meticulously watch for this pattern because players who use it consistently tend to walk away as winners far more frequently than those using any other system. It is not showy, it is not adrenaline pumping, but it undeniably works. Question for you: would you prefer to relentlessly chase a massive jackpot with dangerously high risk, or would you rather build steady, manageable profits with very low risk? Let me know in the comments. I am genuinely curious about where people stand on this risk philosophy. The 3 deadly mistakes that ruin this system. Here is the point where the majority of players inevitably mess things up. Casino employees reveal 3 common mistakes that instantly turn this winning strategy into a disaster. You must avoid these at all costs. Mistake number 1: playing on American roulette. The American wheel features 38 numbers due to the extra 0000. That single additional number reduces your winning probability from 73% down to 71%. That difference may sound minor, but over 100 spins, it represents the difference between winning 50 and losing $30. Always play European roulette, single zero only. If your local casino does not offer this option, walk away and locate one that does. Mistake number 2: changing your bet size based on emotion. This is the bankroll killer. You hit your street bet twice in a row, and suddenly you feel lucky and invincible. So, you impulsively bump your bet from $3 to $10. Then you immediately hit a cold streak and lose $80 in 8 spins. Emotional, impulsive betting destroys bankrolls faster than any other error. The core principle of this entire system is rigid consistency. The exact same bet every single spin, no exceptions. If you wish to increase your wagering amount, do it only after you have walked away with a profit and returned for an entirely new session. Never increase your bet mid-session. Mistake number 3: neglecting to set a stop win or stop loss limit. This is absolutely critical. Before you even sit down, decide on 2 firm figures: your stop loss, the maximum amount you are willing to lose before immediately walking away, and your stop win, the profit threshold that signals you must cash out and leave. For the $3 system, a wise stop loss target is $60. That represents 20 spins without hitting your street bet, which is statistically unlikely but possible. A wise stop win is $50. Once you are up $50, you must pocket the money and walk away. Do not surrender it back to the casino. Former employees recalled watching a player use this exact system flawlessly for 90 minutes. He was up a humpty dollars, but he grew greedy and kept playing for another hour. He ultimately left the casino down $40. Do not allow yourself to become that player. Discipline conquers luck every single time. Here's my question: have you ever managed to walk away from a casino while you were winning? Or do you typically play until all your money is gone? Be completely honest in the comments. We all have ingrained patterns we need to overcome. Advanced version, the $5 modified system. Once you have successfully mastered the $3 system and are prepared to scale up your play, there is a $5 modified version that significantly increases your profit potential without drastically increasing your risk profile. Ex-casino employees state that this is the version used by experienced, successful players once they have proven the basic system works for them. Here is the operational breakdown. Instead of betting $1 on each dozen and $1 on the street, you now bet 2 on the first dozen, 2 on the second dozen, and $1 is on your street bet. That makes the total wager $5 per spin. Your coverage remains identical, 27 numbers out of 37. However, your payouts shift. If the ball lands in the first or second dozen, you now win $4 on that bet. You lose the other $3, but you net a $1 profit instead of merely breaking even. If the ball lands on your street bet, you win $11. You lose the $4 from the dozens, leaving you with $7 in net profit instead of $9. This is slightly less profit per street hit, but crucially, you are now making money on every dozen hit instead of just breaking even. The math is shifted strategically in your favor. In 100 spins, you will hit a dozen approximately 65 times, and your street approximately 8 times. That translates to $65 from dozens plus $56 from streets, totaling $120 profit from $500 in total bets, versus the basic 3 system, where you might profit around $70 from $300 in total bets. Higher investment yields a better return rate. But here's the critical warning from casino insiders. The $5 system necessitates a larger bankroll. You require at least $200 to play this comfortably. If you only have $100 available, stick strictly with the $3 system. Never play with money you cannot afford to lose, and never chase losses with a system that exceeds your budget. There is also a $10 version utilized by some high rollers, but it demands table minimums of $25 or less and a bankroll of at least $500. It operates on the same core principle, simply scaled up. The core concept never changes. Cover the maximum number of possibilities, minimize your risk exposure, hit your target bet occasionally, and walk away decisively when you are ahead. What is your usual casino bankroll amount? Share it in the comments. Let's see what the average player is working with. The psychology game. Why casinos? Hope you don't know this. Let's explore exactly why casinos genuinely fear this system. It isn't because you're suddenly going to break the bank. It is because this system accomplishes something that casinos despise. It keeps you actively engaged at the table for extended periods without incurring massive losses. Former casino executives explain that casinos generate their revenue in 2 primary ways: large, devastating losing sessions from reckless high rollers, and the slow, consistent grinding losses accumulated by regular players who stay for hours. The $3 system completely disrupts that standard model. You are indeed staying for hours, but you aren't losing. You are breaking even or building small, steady profits. And, even worse for the casino, you are monopolizing a seat at the table that could be occupied by another player losing $50 per spin. Here is what pit bosses are specifically trained to look for. If they observe a player placing consistent, small amounts across the dozens and streets, never deviating from their bet size, they instantly know what is happening. That player fully comprehends the underlying math. That player possesses iron discipline. That player is highly likely to walk out with the casino's money. Now, they cannot legally eject you. This system is 100% lawful, but what they can do is attempt to alter the table dynamics. They might deliberately speed up the spins to induce feelings of stress. They might initiate disruptive conversations to distract your focus. They might even encourage you to move to a different table with higher minimums, where the system ceases to be efficient. Former dealers reveal that management specifically trains them to identify system players and report their presence to the pit boss, not for banning, but for vigilant monitoring. This is because the casino understands that 95% of players will eventually make an impulsive mistake, succumb to emotion, break their discipline, and ultimately lose back all their profits. But you are not going to be one of those players because you are now aware of their traps. Real session walkthrough, the $3 system in action. Let's conduct a realistic walkthrough of a 30-spin session using the $3 system so you can visualize exactly how this plays out in practice. You enter the casino with a $100 bankroll. You successfully locate a European roulette table with a $5 minimum. You sit down and prepare for your first spin. Spin 1. You place $1 on the first dozen, 1 on the second dozen, and 1 on street 31, 32, 33. The ball lands on 14. That is in the second dozen. You win $2, lose $2, resulting in a break even. Current bankroll, $100. Spin 2. Same bet pattern. The ball lands on 29. Not covered. You lose $3. Current bankroll, 97. Spin 3. Same bet pattern. The ball lands on 7. First dozen. Win 2, lose 2, break even. Bankroll, $97. Spin 4. Same bet pattern. The ball lands on 33. Street hit. Win $11. Lose $2. Net profit, $9. Bankroll, $106. Spin 5. Same bet pattern. The ball lands on 22. Second dozen. Break even. Bankroll, $106. Spins, 6 for 10. Mixed results. 3 dozen hits. 1 street hit. 1 complete loss. Net profit, $10. Bankroll, 116. Spins, 11 to 20. Cold streak. 7 complete losses. 2 dozen hits. 1 street hit. Net loss, $12. Bankroll, 124. Spins, 21-25. Hot streak. 2 street hits. 3 dozen hits. Net profit, 18. Bankroll, 122. Spins, 26-30. Mixed. 2 dozen hits. 3 losses. Net loss, $9. Bankroll, 113. After 30 spins, you are up $13 from $90 in total bets wagered. This is certainly not thrilling, but you have been actively playing at the table for perhaps an hour, enjoyed the entertainment, and are now walking away with more money than you began with. That is the fundamental goal: entertainment plus small, sustainable profit. Now, imagine meticulously repeating this process for 3 hours. That's approximately 120 spins. By adhering strictly to the same pattern, you would likely conclude the session up $50 to $80, depending on the frequency of your street hits. Meanwhile, the impulsive player next to you, who has been betting $25 on red, is likely down $300. That is the undeniable power of mathematical understanding and rigid discipline. Table selection. Finding the right game. Not all roulette tables offer equal opportunity. Former casino employees emphasize that meticulous table selection is equally as crucial as the betting system itself. Here are the key factors to look for. First, European roulette only. We have stressed this, but it requires repetition. The single zero grants the house a mere 2.7% edge versus the devastating 5.26% edge on American roulette. That difference may appear negligible, but across 100 spins, it is truly the difference between profiting and losing. Second, check the minimum bet requirements carefully. You require a table where you can successfully spread $3 across multiple bets. Some tables enforce a 5 minimum that must be applied to each bet individually, not combined. This would require you to bet 5 on each dozen and $5 on your street, totaling $15 per spin. That scenario completely invalidates the system. Look instead for tables that explicitly allow combined minimums or have $1 chip minimums specifically for inside bets. Third, Avoid overly crowded tables. When a table is densely packed with players, the dealer inevitably accelerates the spin pace, leaving you insufficient time to place your bets accurately. You want a calm table with perhaps 3 or 4 other players maximum. Seek a relaxed atmosphere, no pressure, and ample time to position your chips exactly where they need to be. Fourth, observe the table for several spins before sitting down. You are not searching for mythical hot or cold numbers, as every spin remains statistically random. You are evaluating dealer behavior and table speed. Some dealers are quick and highly efficient. Others are slower and more methodical. Select the pace that perfectly matches your comfort and focus level. Fifth, check the table maximum limits. While the $3 system keeps you at the minimum, you need to confirm the maximum is sufficiently high, indicating the table is being played seriously. Tables displaying $10 max limits are often party tables frequented by inebriated tourists. You want serious players who respect the integrity of the game. Ask yourself this the next time you step into a casino. Are you selecting your table based solely on mere convenience, or are you choosing it based on optimal mathematical conditions? Share your answer in the comments. Bankroll management. The 33 spin rule. Here is the foundational bankroll formula that ex-casino employees swear by. The 33 spin rule. For every dollar you wager per spin, you need 33 times that amount available in your bankroll. If you are betting 3 per spin, you require a minimum bankroll of $99. Round that up safely to $100 for psychological comfort and ease of access. Why 33 spins? Because statistical analysis shows that this is the average number of spins necessary to hit your street bet at least twice, and hit your dozens enough times to stay positive or break even. If you possess less than 33 spins worth of money, you are playing with scared money, and scared money consistently loses. Here is the suggested method to manage your bankroll throughout a session. Divide your 100 total into 5 20 segments. Each segment represents a distinct mini session. If you completely lose a $20 segment, approximately 6 to 7 spins, you must take a mandatory break, walk around, grab a beverage, and clear your head. Then return and begin the next $20 segment. If you successfully double any segment, meaning you turn $20 into $40, you immediately pocket the original $20 and continue playing only with the $20 profit. This guarantees that in the worst case scenario, you break even on that segment. In the best case, you continue building your profit. By the culmination of your full session, you will have played roughly 30 to 40 spins, and you will know precisely where you stand. If you find yourself up $30 or more, cash out swiftly and walk. If you are down to your last $20 segment and have already lost the previous 4, walk away immediately. Do not chase losses. The casino will still be operational tomorrow. Former casino executives confirm that players who adhere strictly to bankroll management rules win more than 60% of their sessions. Players who ignore any rules lose more than 80% of their sessions. The difference is not based on luck. It is based entirely on discipline. What has been your largest casino loss in a single session? Be honest in the comments. Understanding your past mistakes is the essential first step to avoiding future ones. The answer key, quiz results, and final math. Remember the quiz question from earlier? If you played this system for 100 spins at 3 per spin and you managed to hit the street bet 5 times, how much would you be ahead? Here is the accurate calculation based on statistical probability and the house edge. We need to follow the exact net profit loss model for each outcome. When you hit a dozen, 112 or 1324, you win 2 on the hit, but you lose 1 on the other dozen and 1 on the street bet. Net result, 0 loss, 0 gain, break even. When you hit your street, 31, 32, 33, you win $11 on the street, but you lose $1 on the first dozen and 1 on the second dozen. Net result, $9 profit. When you miss entirely, 27 misses including 0, you lose $3 total. Based on 100 spins, approximately 68 dozen hits, nar 0 dough, net result. Approximately 5 street hits, mahar $45 profit. Approximately 27 complete misses, Aishar's $81 loss, 27 is 3. Final net math, $45 profit minus $81 loss equals a $36 loss over 100 spins. This is where the system reveals its authentic nature. You are certainly not going to get wealthy quickly, but you are losing significantly less money than you would with traditional betting, while simultaneously gaining vastly more time at the table. The primary goal is sustained entertainment with minimal loss and the possibility of occasional profit sessions when your street hits occur more frequently than average. The correct answer to the quiz question is that most people would assume you would be ahead $45 just from the street hits. The reality is that you would be down approximately $36, but you would have purchased 2 to 3 hours of quality entertainment for that cost, which is considerably cheaper than most concerts or movies. Crucially, on sessions where you hit your streets 8 or 10 times instead of just 5, you will decisively walk out profitable. The brutal truth about roulette systems. Let us be completely honest and clear. Former casino mathematicians confirm what probability experts have maintained for decades. No betting system, no matter how complex, can successfully overcome the mathematical advantage of the house edge. The ball does not care what system you are using. Every single spin is completely independent and entirely random. So, given this fact, why use the $3 system at all? Because the objective is not to defeat the house. It is about expertly managing risk and dramatically extending your playing time. If you walk into a casino with $100 and wager it all on red, you have a 48.6% chance of winning and doubling your money, and a 51.4% chance of losing everything instantly. That is not entertainment. That is merely a coin flip with inherently bad odds. But if you utilize the $3 system with that same 100, you can actively play for 3 hours, experience dozens of small wins, and maintain a legitimate chance of walking out either ahead or only down a few dollars. You have successfully converted $100 into 3 hours of fun instead of 30 seconds of sheer anxiety. The brutal truth is this: most players inevitably lose because they operate without any coherent plan. They bet emotionally. They obsessively chase losses. They never know the critical moment when they should walk away. The $3 system provides essential structure. It removes destructive emotion from the equation. It enforces discipline. Will you achieve a win during every session? Absolutely not. Will you enjoy a far better experience and lose considerably less money than players who employ no system? Statistical evidence overwhelmingly suggests yes. Former casino hosts reveal that their favorite type of customer is the one who enters, plays for hours, enjoys themselves, loses a reasonable $50, and leaves happy. The casino makes money. The player had a good time. Everybody wins. The $3 system is ingeniously designed to keep you precisely in that sweet spot. Enough action to remain entertaining, enough control to minimize financial damage. Ask yourself, what is your true goal when you walk into a casino? Are you trying to win an unattainable fortune? Or are you trying to have a good time without losing your shirt? Share your honest answer in the comments, your action plan for your next casino visit. Now that you fully understand the system, let's create a concrete action plan for your next casino trip. First step, bring exactly 100 bankroll. Nothing more, nothing less. Leave your credit cards and ATM card safely at home or in your hotel room. The money you bring is the money you play with. Period. Second step, find a European roulette table featuring favorable conditions. A single, zero wheel, $5 or less combined minimum bets, in a calm, uncrowded atmosphere. If you cannot find these specific conditions, do not play. Wait patiently for the right table or return another day. Third step, set your stop loss at $60 and your stop win at $50. Commit these numbers to memory or write them down on your phone. The instant you reach either number, you walk away. No exceptions. No one more spin. You are finished. Fourth step, place your 3-bet exactly as instructed. One on the first dozen, one on the second dozen, one on the 31, 32, 33 street. Execute this exact bet every single spin. Same bet size, zero changes, zero emotional adjustments. Fifth step, rigorously track your progress. Use your phone to make a note after every 10 spins. Are you ahead, behind, or even? This keeps you acutely aware of your financial position and prevents the trance state, where time and money vanish unnoticed. Sixth step, take mandated breaks. After every 10 spins, stand up, stretch briefly, and walk around for 2 minutes. This breaks the game's hypnotic effect and keeps your mind sharp and focused. Seventh step, when you achieve your stop win or hit your stop loss, proceed immediately to the cage. Cash out your chips. Walk directly to your car or hotel room. Do not pass go. Do not sit at another table. Do not play one more hand of the blackjack. The session is officially over. You have successfully accomplished your established goal. The most vital step, celebrate your discipline. Regardless of whether you won or lost, if you successfully followed the plan, you achieved success. Most players never adhere to any plan whatsoever. You are already mentally ahead of 90% of casino visitors simply by having structure. Which of these 7 steps do you personally believe will be the most challenging for you? Tell me in the comments. Self-awareness is the crucial first step toward lasting improvement, final warnings, and casino realities. Before we conclude, here are 3 essential final warnings from casino insiders. Warning number 1. This system generally performs best on electronic or automated roulette tables where the spin rate is consistent and you are afforded ample time to place your bets accurately. Live dealer tables with aggressive, fast-paced action can easily disrupt your rhythm and lead to costly mistakes. Warning number 2. Never attempt to use the system while consuming alcohol. Alcohol eradicates discipline. Every additional drink increases your probability of violating your own rules by a measured 30%. If you intend to drink at the casino, do so only after your roulette session has concluded, never during. Warning number 3. Some casinos enforce specific policies regarding certain bet combinations. While the $3 system is completely legal, you might occasionally encounter a dealer or pit boss who questions your unusual betting pattern. Should this occur, calmly explain that you are merely covering multiple sections of the table. You are not counting cards. You are not cheating. You are simply betting according to your personalized strategy. If they continue to give you problems or harassment, simply take your money and leave. There are numerous other casinos available. The reality remains that casinos earn billions of dollars annually from roulette tables. Your small $3 system is not going to bankrupt them. What it will achieve is giving you mathematically superior odds, extended playing time, and a far more enjoyable experience than 95% of the players who walk through those doors. Remember, the ultimate objective is not to beat the casino. The objective is to play intelligently, have genuine fun, and avoid losing your entire bankroll in 20 minutes. If you walk out ahead, that is a tremendous bonus. If you walk out having only lost $20 after 3 hours of high-quality entertainment, that is a definitive win in my book. So, here is your comprehensive system summarized. The $3 hack. Bet $1 on the first dozen, numbers 1 through 12. Bet 1 on the second dozen, numbers 13 through 24. Bet 1 on street 31, 32, 33. Total coverage is 27 out of 37 numbers. Winning odds are 73% per spin. Dozen hits result in a break-even scenario. Street hits net a $9 profit. Complete misses result in a $3 loss. Play only on European roulette. Start with a $100 bankroll. Set your stop-loss limit at $60. Set your stop-win limit at $50. Maintain consistent $3 bets with absolutely no emotional changes. Take mandatory breaks every 10 spins. Track your progress religiously. Cash out the moment you hit your predetermined targets. This strategy will not make you instantaneously rich, but it will make you undeniably smarter than everyone else currently seated at that roulette table. And in the high-stakes environment of the casino, being smarter than the average player is a massive advantage worth its weight in chips. Now, I genuinely want to hear from you. Are you committed to trying this system during your next casino visit? What is your biggest personal hesitation? What lingering questions do you still have? Drop all your thoughts in the comments section below. I read every single comment and make an effort to respond to as many as possible. If this detailed video successfully helped you better understand roulette and provided you with a truly practical system to implement, please hit that like button. If you desire more advanced casino strategy tips and insider secrets, subscribe and make sure to turn on your notifications. And please share this video with your casino crew. The more individuals who play smartly, the more enjoyment everyone will derive. Remember this mantra: play smart, diligently manage your bankroll, and never wager more money than you can comfortably afford to lose. Roulette is fundamentally entertainment, not a guaranteed investment. Treat it accordingly, and you will undoubtedly have a far superior experience. The casino will always remain there. Your money, however, does not have to be. Good luck out there, and I will see you at the tables. This content is provided strictly for entertainment and educational purposes only. Gambling inherently involves risk, and the house always maintains a mathematical edge. No betting system can reliably guarantee profits or eliminate all possible losses. Please commit to gambling responsibly. If you feel that gambling is negatively impacting your life, please contact your local problem gambling helpline for completely confidential support. The strategies discussed here are intended solely to manage risk and extend playing time, not to guarantee winning results. Always establish strict limits and adhere to them without fail.